Alright, just walking through the spooky forest. Now, this torch, I can focus the light to keep any weak monsters away. Ooh! And spooky doors are always getting in my way. But thankfully, I can just walk through those. Makes the game a lot easier. Alright, let's see. What is... Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Where can I go? Oh, run out of bullets. No, 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 no. And, oh, yeah, nice. He can't shoot. Oh, okay. But he can scream, apparently. Let's... Oh, no. Out of ammo. Well, you have now seen how I respond to spooky demons in horror games. We're going to see how Jesus responded to spooky demons in today's episode: Exorcisms, Mass Suicide, and You. Mark chapter 5 tells a story about when Jesus and his disciples cross a lake to a far-off region without a Jewish population. Upon leaving the boat, they stumble across a demon-possessed man, but this is one of those demon-possessed men kind of like what you'd see in a horror movie. Super strong, constantly breaking their restraints, and they cut themselves. So something like a cross between Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda and Helena from Orphan Black. The spooky Tai Lung-Helena hybrid, instead of beating up Jesus and his band of merry men, falls down before Jesus and begs him not to torture them, because there's actually many demons inside this man. They say, "We are legion, for we are many." Now, I'm not sure what demon torture looks like, but I suspect it involves something like bad visual novels, perhaps some new school VeggieTales or some Care Bears. Jesus decides, hey, I'll meet you halfway. I won't just banish you. I'll agree with the compromise you've presented, and you can go into that herd of pigs. And then these demons get inside these 2,000 or so pigs and do the first thing that anyone does when they're able to reach a compromise with their parents: commit mass suicide. 2,000 pigs all jump off the cliff and die with the demons inside. The farmers who owned the pigs are incredibly confused and probably quite angry because, well, there goes our food supply for quite a while, and they go down to see what was going on, and they find the Tai Lung-Helena hybrid having a nice polite chat with Jesus, and he's properly dressed. They're so confused by this radical change in Tai Lung-Helena and kind of scared of the whole pigs mass suicide that they just ask Jesus to leave. We don't want to deal with this. And Tai Lung-Helena asks to come along. But Jesus says, no, you need to stay here, and you need to tell everyone how much the Lord has done for you and how he has showed mercy on you. What can we learn from that? Because we got two really weird things going on. The first is that the demons are so scared of Jesus that even after being in a bunch of pigs, mass suicide is still a preferable option than being in Jesus' vicinity. And it's also more preferable than just being banished. So we rarely see this very big difference in power level between the demons and Jesus, that this was a more valid option. Either that or pigs are stronger than demons and they were able to control their actions and we don't want demons in us, so let's kill ourselves. But that's probably not theologically accurate, but I'm pretty sure someone will have looked into this. The other thing that's worth noting about this story is that this is the first time, and I think one of the only times, in which Jesus tells someone to go and tell everybody about the miraculous healing. Before his death, he's always kind of like, no, don't tell anyone about this, okay? And then they go and tell people about it, and Jesus is like, well, it's time to move on now because they don't care about my teaching anymore. Why has he said to this one guy, I want you to tell everyone about this miraculous healing? That's something that we don't usually see. And there are two core reasons for why this person is told A, to not come with Jesus, and B, to be open about what happened. We know that this region doesn't have a Jewish population. They're farming pigs, and the Jewish population would not have a pig farm because they thought pigs are unclean. So in this area, they don't know about the prophecies of a Messiah. And if they do know about it, they're probably like, oh, but that's just the Jewish God. That's not our God. So in Jesus showing up here and saying, you need to tell everyone about what's happened here, that really tells them Jesus is for us. The other reason often that people think is why Jesus didn't want to tell everyone who he was off the bat, and he's quite vague about it until Peter explicitly says, hey, I'm pretty sure you're the Messiah, is because part of being the Messiah involved dying for humanity's sins. If he doesn't die, there's no reason for him to be here. We discussed that last video. And so if it gets out that he is the Messiah, people would take action to stop his death. Whereas in this region, they're not going to be able to influence that. They're not going to be around to say, hey, you shouldn't be killing that guy. And so his death can still happen. We're in a similar situation to that group that is removed from the exact moment and location of his execution, because Jesus has already died. We can't accidentally stop Jesus' death. And more importantly, we can still share what God has done for us. And we should be sharing what God has done for us, because that's what this guy was called to do. And he was in a position where he couldn't mess up God's plan. Not that anyone could anyway. We don't have anything or any reason to not spread the word. And we too should be showing and telling everybody how much the Lord has done for us and how he has showed mercy on all of us.